Let's start with a good from the game then, straight into it.
I love this game!
Matheus Cunha, man looked sharp. The ball carrying in tight spaces was on full show during this game. Amorim praised his energy and his aggressiveness. It will take time for Cunha to build the relationships with his fellow attackers, but the early signs are that United haven't been scammed in the transfer market for once. But I'm not going to count our chickens just yet, given the bad juju the United have had in the transfer market over the last few years.
How's that curse I cursed you with, Kirsty?
Another standout was Dorgu. That left wing back spot is still firmly up for grabs. It was Dorgu's at the end of last season, and it looks as if it's still his. We knew from last season that he was physically ready. It's just whether he could iron out that rawness to his game. It's definitely still there, but with that added experience now going into next season, having better attackers, the likes of Cunha, to link with as well now, I think he's going to have a very solid season. Other positives include Leon's debut. With a mask going on loan, there's a spot up for grabs. The debut was nothing crazy, but for a guy who's literally just linked up with United, 18 years of age, it was a decent start. Mino again showed his quality. There's no doubt in my mind that United are a better team with this guy in it. And lastly, Yoro and Heaven. Two young defenders that could be the cornerstone of United's team for years to come. The second half of this game just highlights that. And now for the bad, and strap in, as this is where it gets a little bit wild, but not in a good way.
Hold on to your butt.
I've got to talk about that centre-back stepping up into midfield during build-up. It happened time and time again last year. It was the one thing we were really expecting Amorim to change, but again, is he a bit too stubborn for his own good? Because in what universe would you want Maguire or De Ligt in these positions? I mean, across Europe, you've got teams like PSG, some of the best teams there. Vitinha is the one picking up the ball in those deep areas. And United are left doing stuff like this. It's not just about the structure for me. It's the fact that United, so easily under such minimal pressure, just kick it long. I mean, we're playing up against Leeds, a newly promoted team, and I'm just watching United kick it long time and time again. I know it's a pre-season game, but the intention should be to try and keep hold of the ball. And then when United do hold on to the ball, it's so easy to force us out wide and then just to kick it long again. Amorim's stubbornness in this system, it could be his undoing. Another focus on intent next, as that's what I really see pre-season as being all about. You can get away with a lack of results, you don't really mind. A lack of execution as well. You can chalk that off due to bad fitness, and you can chalk it off to players building relationships on the pitch. But the intentions from the manager, that's what I really want to see in pre-season. I think it's a real measure of where you're heading into that new Premier League season now, and the fact that it was so easy to force United back into that 5-4-1 shape time and time again, it was just poor. We saw it last season so many times, particularly in games against top teams. It was the same with the final third progression. Not much has changed there either. There was so much talk from Amorim last year about how he wants to be a team that plays on the front foot, has the ball a lot more, especially up against the big teams. So we need to see evidence of that going into next season. It's only going to be the one pre-season game so far, so I'm not going to get too worried just yet. But I'm starting to be. Because just how long will the transition take to be that front foot team and not be so negative so consistently? It's just so frustrating, as we saw against Villa at the end of last year, how well this United team can play, especially on the front foot, and even just pressing opposition teams in their own half. We can see it in certain games. Why not in all of them? And lastly, I want to talk about the midfield, because I will keep banging this drum. A midfield signing is the next most important signing now. Don't worry about the striker, don't worry about a goalkeeper for now. Midfield needs sorting out before anything else. We have a number of midfielders in this squad, but none of them truly complement each other properly in that midfield too. The Casemiro and Fernandes pairing is just not athletic enough. Ugarte has the energy, but we do question his technicality. And then Mino, he just needs a proper athletic partner next to him. From what Amorim said after the game, it does seem that he agrees with this. So why are we not focusing all our energy on that, rather than just getting these striker links constantly? The way the transfer market's going, a lot of the best striker options are gone already. Let's focus on that midfield, and this properly sort out that big gaping hole that's been left really ever since Carrick left. And I know everyone's going to get on to me picking out the little bits from Amorim's tactics in the first preseason game, and I understand that. The first preseason game, we can't read too much into it. But I'm definitely going to be keeping a close eye now on what goes on during our US tour. How will Amorim approach these games? Will we see any change in intent in the tactics? And also, what players are going to really put their hands up now and say they should be selected come the middle of August? I genuinely don't know what to think about United's chances next season. And I want to see something in the next few pre-season games now that just gives me a little bit more confidence, because this first one didn't do that.